God, I did it. Look at me. I did it. That's right. We did it. Like a rookie. I think I'm going to the woods today. And then we're going to look at animals.
What are you doing, buddy?
I'm looking at animals.
You're what?
Animals.
Okay.
Animals.
Alright. That's good.
Animals.
Okay, hi.
Hi, as you can see, I had my wisdom teeth removed a few days ago. This means it is very difficult for me to speak as my face looks like a bowling ball. This video will be on information about the new Overlord map, and next video will be back to normal. Thank you for sticking with me and all the support recently. I would also like to say that I like men.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. Yes, I can talk, I just can't talk very well. So obviously, as you saw, I got my wisdom teeth out, so it's why my words are kind of sounding slurred and I sound just a little different. I have this wrap around my head and it's a little difficult to talk, not gonna lie. But basically what I'm going to do in this video is I'm just going to go over some of the updates for the Overlord reset, which will be today. As this video is going out, go ahead and hop on Psycho PvP on the Overlord realm and come join me and play the new reset. Alright, so the first thing I'll go over is the F-top. The F-top ended up looking like Spooky, Zero Gang, Juice, Vegans, then Neverland. So as you can see, Vegans did get fourth, and that's the faction I considered myself to be in for the map. So I got fourth. Not too shabby, not too shabby. But yeah, the next major update on this reset is Roam. So if you don't know what Roam is, it's basically like free cam, which is a mod. Not sure if people have used it. I personally haven't, but I know it's similar to that. So basically what Roam is, what you're going to be able to do is type /Roam, and you're going to go out of your body just like this, and it's basically, you're just in spectator mode. I don't know how far you're going to be able to go, but I know it's going to vary on your rank, and obviously the higher your rank, the further you're going to be able to go. But yeah, as you can see, I just went right on through this base, which is actually my base on this other server that has some of these updates that I can show off. Basically, you can line up things without having world download. So what I could do right now is, let's say, go in here, see that this is a creeper grinder, then you can press F3, get the cores, and then just set up a cannon instead of having to world download it and all that type of jazz. Now the next update is a Sandbot update, so it's kind of hard for me to show you, but I could tell you about it. Basically, they're going to have Sandbots be able to spawn in red sand and gravel by placing different blocks, such as andesite for gravel and obviously red sandstone for the red sand. They're also changing it to where the radius of the Sandbot is an 11 by 11 area, which I think is pretty awesome considering there were some sand comps we had to use that required 2 Sandbots, and that made it a little more difficult. Alright, and then another big update which is going to come out is a throwable creeper egg. So as you can see right here, this is not the same one that we'll have, but it's similar. This is a thrown creeper egg, but basically we're going to have regular ones and we're going to have charged throwable ones. Now, I think right now they're only going to be able to be gotten from crates. I think eventually they'll be maybe in the shop or something to where you can buy them and whatnot. So basically what you can do with this thrown creeper egg is get it and then right click and you throw it like that. I'm not sure what the animation is going to be like, but you just throw it up to somewhere, which will probably be like spawners, and you can just destroy them like that. Alright, so there's a couple more things such as donator lock chat, which means when they lock the chat, only donators can speak. Pretty self-explanatory. And then there's some faction raid additions, which is basically, I think the only thing is you can just cancel an F raid. Now, another major update is this new custom enchant called Daze, which basically is going to help prevent bow boosting. Basically, this enchant is applied to your sword, and when you're hitting a player and it works on them, basically they're not going to be able to use their bow for 15 seconds, which prevents bow boosting. Now, it's not going to completely limit bow boosting, it's just going to help balance the game a little bit more, so you have a chance against killing someone who's bow boosting. Another big enchant is the auto sell enchant, which basically you can put on your tools, and if you break like a thing of sugarcane with this enchant on it, it'll just automatically sell. Another big addition that's going to help us a lot is something with Raider satchels. Basically, Raider satchels could only fill what was in your inventory. Like you had like let's say a full inventory of TNT, and you had a Raider satchel right here. You would shift click and you get all the TNT into your Raider satchel. But you could never just take like a dub full of TNT into that Raider satchel. But now you're going to be able to. Basically, you're just going to get your Raider satchel, and let's say this is all filled with TNT. Let's say it's all filled with TNT. You just shift click with the Raider satchel, and it'll all go in the Raider satchel. Now just a couple smaller fixes. Basically, one of the bigger ones is you don't need a silk touch to mine spawners anymore. You no longer have a cooldown for your /feed. You no longer need to do captcha when you're killing mobs to make sure you're not like AFK or whatever. Spawners no longer count to the entity cap. Entity cap has been drastically increased, which I'm not really sure what that means, but I know it's pretty important. Another big thing is when clear lag happens, your armor, weapons, or tools are not going to be removed anymore like in any custom things. They're going to stay once clear lag happens. Another thing is the faction alts will no longer count towards the faction member limit, which means you're going to have like a subcategory for alts that you can put your alts in and still have space for your members. So yeah, pretty big update on Overlord. I hope I covered it pretty well and y'all kind of understand it. As I said, it's just kind of difficult for me to make like an actual video, since it's actually really hurting even to make this video. But next video, I guarantee will be back to normal and it'll be all good. I appreciate y'all for sticking with me, even though this is a little bit of a different video. As I said, Overlord is resetting today. I believe at 2 p.m. EST, and I think it's supposed to come up at 4 p.m. EST or around that time, maybe 3. Try and be on around then. That's when it's going to reset. And come join me. Come play with me. And yeah, I will see y'all later.
Do you want to go home?
What?
Huh?
Who is this?
It's you.
No, it's a microphone.
What are you doing?
Hoping I'm living.
You are.
Okay?
You're what?
I'm living.
You're leaving?
No. Living.
Viving?
No, like heart is working.
Oh, you're breathing.
Living.
You're breathing? Yeah,
Yeah,
you're alive. You're
like
alive.
love.
You can love?
No, love. Living.
You love living?
But I am living.
You're leaving?
Living.
You're living.
I'm living.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you're living too.
Who's this?
It's
Who is